Okay, question 21. A store sells blue hats and green hats. Each hat is priced at $8. The expression 8B plus 8G can be used to determine the total price when a customer buys any number of blue hats B and any number of green hats G. Which equivalent expression could also be used to determine the total price in dollars of the hats? All right, it's not uncommon for me to read a question like this and have no idea what I've just read. But the first thing I like to do, what is the actual question that they're asking? They're asking which equivalent expression, and they are referring to this guy right here. So which one of these four options is the same as 8B plus 8G? Okay, so there's a couple of ways to solve this problem. I'm going to start with just solving it mathematically. So we have 8B plus 8G. B represents the number of hats bought that are green and the number that's blue, but hey, they're both the same price. Okay, so if I have 8B plus 8G, what can I do to change the form of this expression? One thing I notice right off the bat, there's an 8 in both of these terms. So I know that I can take that out. So I can say 8 and then keep the B plus G in parentheses. So just in case you're not seeing this, this is, if I distribute it back out, I get 8B plus 8G, which is what we have right here. So this is the answer. If you don't see that right away, you can actually plug the numbers in to see what works. So let's say, just for example, we have green hats and we have blue hats, and let's set green and blue equal to 1. So if you go in the store and you buy a green and you buy a blue, they're going to be $8 each. So your total cost is going to be $16 for the two hats. So I can plug in 1 for B and 1 for G and see what I get. So in this first one, if I say 8 times 1 times 1, because B is 1 and G is 1, I'm going to end up with 8. But I'm supposed to end up with 16. So this does not work. So let's look at the next one. We've got 16 times 1 times 1, and we get 16. Ah, that might be right. And remember, just because it works for one set of numbers, it may not work for all of them, so you got to, test more than one time. So this one is 8 and then 1 plus 1. So 8 times 2 is 16. We already know this one works, but we'll put a question mark because we want to go back and check it. And then the last one, we've got 16, 1 plus 1. So 16 times 2 is 32, which we know is incorrect. So now we've eliminated 2 answers, but we still have 2 possibilities. So let's change this to 2 and 2. If I buy 2 green and 2 blue, that's going to be $16 plus $16. That's going to be $32. Okay, so now let's try this, the B option again. 16 times B times G. So now we have 16. I got blue and green are both 2, so it's going to be times 2 times 2. I did not need to put them in parentheses, but I did. So 16 times 2 is 32, and 2 times 32 is 64, but we're expecting 32, so B does not work. So let's just verify that C works, and we've got 8, B plus G, and that's equal to 8, and B and G are both 2. 2 plus 2 is 4. So now we've got 4 times 8, and 4 times 8 is 32. Check, that's what we expected. So whatever way works best for you is perfectly fine, as long as you're obeying the rules, right? All right, hopefully this helped you, and I'll see you in the next one.